Got my pen.
Can you hear me, Lisa? Naima?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I think we're set now. Got a few more minutes, see what's coming on.
Hi Naima, how was your public event?
Hi, it was good. It went well.
We'll talk about it soon, all right?
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Want to learn about it. I almost came.
Should have. There were snacks.
There was what?
She said there were snacks.
Oh, see, if I know, I'm known as the snack woman. Except I started Weight Watchers. I just started Weight Watchers, so.
She got.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, it gets to, it's the public safety, these things. What do we have here?
So, how did you find out about it?
What else we got?
Work.
From Sarasota?
Yeah.
All righty, let's get this agenda moving. You guys can sign those bills as we're going through.
Yes, sir.
And welcome to the May Public Safety and General Government Committee meeting. And in attendance, we got myself, the chair, Barbara Hill, Ward 1, Naima Mohammed, Ward 5, Michael Oliveri, Ward 7, Michelle Hurts, Ward 9. We also had on our city clerk, Lisa Tenke. And I don't see anybody else there.
Looks good.
And it's head out there, Lisa. Maybe not.
Increase. Yeah, she just added.
All right. All right, so the first thing on the agenda, so the start time here today for this meeting is 6:31. Welcome, Ted. You're going to give us an update on the CAC. We did talk about this next item on the agenda.
Sure. Hi, everyone. The main thing we're working on right now is the draft resolution that you all should have at this point, which is a resolution in favor of the federal New York, New Jersey Watershed Restoration Act. It's an act that will hopefully be passed in late 2022 to unlock some federal funding for New York, New Jersey, Hudson River Estuary. I've been doing some research, and it's actually one of the least funded, federally funded and supported estuaries nationally, which is interesting because it's also the most populous watershed in the country. So we're hoping to catch up. And a lot of Hudson River cities up and down the river are passing similar resolutions, which is why we were asked to introduce this to you all by Riverkeeper and Scenic Hudson, other organizations like that. So it's pretty straightforward. I used draft language, made a couple updates to kind of customize it to us. But the resolution pretty much lays out why it's important for us and what the act is going going to do for us. So I'm happy to answer any questions now or by email. Yeah, that's it.
Any questions for Ted on CAC or this Watershed Protection Act?
So Ted, could you just explain exactly how you would protect and money would come in? Like what the protections would look like?
So one of the main goals is for collaboration across different levels of government. So that federal, state, municipal level, basically they are going to establish a grant program so that different municipalities and states can apply for grant funding for restoration projects, wetland protection, providing access and safe and sustainable economic opportunities in the watershed. So essentially it's a grant program for things also to address climate and flooding risks in a way that protects people, but also the environment. So it's will be pretty broad ranging, but it will be similar to a lot of the DEC grants that come across probably your committee and the Common Council for things up and down the Hudson River.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? If I see any, I'll read this resolution. This basically says passing and memorializing resolution supporting the passage of the New York, New Jersey Watershed Protection Act. And like I said, see attached. I think you guys all received this in some point, so you're able to read through it. And so it's just a memorializing resolution. And do I have a motion? Motion, yours. Second? All in favor? Raise your hands or say aye.
Aye.
I want to sign for anybody. Naima, do I have permission to sign for you?
Yes. Yep.
Thank you. That's coming around with the resolution, so paperclip. So I need to read all that. So thank you, Ted. You're not too, anything else you need to say?
I just want to thank you all, and also just add, in my research, I found that similar bills have been on the table for apparently the last 13 years in different forms, originally introduced by the late Senator Hinchy, and this is the closest it's ever gotten. It has a ton of bipartisan support, so really we're just throwing our weight behind it to try to get it actually passed this year and not punted off to next year. And one other quick small accomplishment of the CAC that we figured out last meeting, we had some community complaints about the different filming projects and film production companies uptown kind of ignoring the new idling legislation. So we were able to get the agreement that the production companies signed to be updated to include language, just making them aware of the idling law. Some of their trucks have to idle to run equipment and refrigeration and stuff like that, but they have a lot of diesel trucks that they park, especially in uptown Kingston, and just let run to the point that it obviously affects air quality and experience of visitors and residents. So we're excited for that, just that small accomplishment. So yeah, that's the main update.
So Ted, you talked to the production companies and they about this?
Actually, we kind of got to the bottom of where the relationship is created with the city and found that they have an agreement that they have to sign. So we just got the language and the agreement updated just so it's more in front of them.
So you got the language updated in the agreement. Okay, so that's included in there.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
That's great.
Thanks for all you do, Ted.
Thanks, Ted.
Thanks, Ted.
Okay, thank you. All right, next thing on the agenda, we got a small agenda here, but the next thing is adding handicap parking on Greenkill Avenue. And actually at 193 Greenkill Avenue, this was submitted by Alderman Scott and Childress. It's not here. Really, handicap parking usually comes through, it's usually nothing, so I don't know if any discussion need to be on this. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Yeah, that's every time we want to sign for it.
No.
That's that. The last thing on new business is removing 2 handicap parking signs from the front of 48 Elmendorf Street, which was submitted by Alderwoman Rita Worthington. And the new homeowners and the signs are no longer necessary anymore. So this is again another straightforward thing. And this to remove 2 handicap parking signs in front of 48 Elmendorf Street. Motion.
Motion.
Thank you. Second.
Thank you.
All in favor? Let's leave that there. And that is for new business, and Alderwoman and Hirsch and brought to my attention, and I apologize, it slipped past me. Old business was on Broadway, and of course I left my papers at home, but the Broadway, the bollards on Broadway, we had tabled it at last committee meeting. And I know some people were going to get some information, and we were waiting for John Schulteis to give some information. I believe Alderwoman Hirsch, I had a comment that you were going to speak to the mayor.
Yes,
All
so,
right.
I did speak with the
Yeah.
mayor, and he would like to wait on moving forward with any bollards or equipment until we roll out the public safety campaign and see how that works.
So he's just, the mayor suggested this to wait for the public safety campaign.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
I think Grant who else was going to look into the public safety campaign. We're aware of that.
I know that, I mean, from my notes, I remember before I walked out the door and left them on my kitchen counter, that I know we had requested from John Schulteis to get us some price. I think it was like $120 or something like
Right,
that.
bollards and then
Yeah.
street sweeper.
Yeah, so, and neither one of them are here, so, nothing that's been act on that right now, so the mayor wants the public safety wait for the public safety campaign, and we'll just table this until we can get some more information from, hopefully next month from, the city engineer and John Schulteis. Any other questions, discussion on this? Anything else to be brought up? Other than that, it's a quick one, huh?
I just wanted to just bring up one thing. The council had passed a memorializing resolution a couple of years ago in favor of bringing back the mental health beds at Westchester Medical Center. And today there was a press conference that the 20 beds are returning to Kingston.
Okay, that's great, yeah.
So it's really-
It's coming right to Kingston?
Yeah, when the new St. Mary's Avenue.
Okay, Benny, okay, okay.
That's great news. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, well, we had said there was a concern, right, because they took them away, then, yeah. So that's great, great.
Yeah. Well, 20, yeah. So, and we had Commissioner Sarah McDonald come over to speak
Okay,
to us
yeah.
on public safety, so it's great.
That's good. That's at least they're listening, right? They see the need for the community, and they decide, and, they listen to the community and bring them back, at least not all of them back. We're getting some, so that's good news. Thank you. Anything else before I close this meeting? Not seeing anything else? This meeting is closing at 6:43. All right, enjoy. I won't be here next month and for the public safety, so I'll be reaching out to somebody to sit in for me in a chair, because I will be in Europe. Riding around Europe. So we'll look forward to that, okay? Thank you.
I won't be there, I won't be here either, so I'm gonna need it, so.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.